Watch this video to learn more. Do you suffer from hair loss like I do? I mean, I'm really struggling here. There's a lot of men that struggle with this as well as women. A lot of women are losing it through postpartum hair loss. In case you didn't know it, 56 million people in the US suffer from hair loss. If you're one of those people that are finding a lot of hair in their brush, then you need to take a look at this innovative new product that's coming out by Color Wow. Youth Juice Collagen Scalp Treatment. Now, there's a lot of products on the market that are supposed to help with hair loss, but a lot of people find that they just don't get the results. I want you to watch this next part of my video, which was an exclusive product launch by Color Wow.
So thank you so much, everyone, for being here and for taking the time to tune in for our brand new launch from Color Wow. A lot of you may know Dr. Joe here on my left. You've seen him, heard him, the myth, the legend. But today we actually have a very, very special guest who I'm very, very excited to introduce as well, who is actually Britt Smith, who I've known for years. It's actually, she is very important in our social media department, but also is Gail Federici's daughter, our founder's daughter, so has worked very closely with her. So I'm going to let Joe and Britt just do a quick introduction, and then we're going to get right into the exciting stuff we have for you this afternoon. Go ahead.
Hi guys, I'm Britt Smith. Like you said, I'm Gail's daughter, and I'm also the director of content marketing here at Color Wow. So all things influencers and organic, social, and making the content for ads, that type of thing. That's my area here at the company.
Hey, hi, I'm Dr. Joe Cincotta. I'm the vice president of R&D here at Color Wow, and also the chief chemist. So I got my hands on all the formulas, as they say. And I've been working with Gail and the Federici family. I remember Britt when she was only this tall, you know, right? For 30 years now, and we've just done some wonderful, innovative things together over the last 30 years. And I'm proud to be here tonight to show you our latest innovation.
And it's kind of cool that we're actually coming to you live from the Color Wow lab at Color Wow HQ as well. And I just wanted to start off just, to lead into this presentation and lead into this launch to talk a little bit about kind of the investment that we do as a brand. We know what it's like when you're out there in the field. You have a lot of brands to choose from, a lot of products to choose from. And you invest a lot of your own time in building your businesses. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about, Color Wow and the way we invest our time. We're coming to you from the lab today. We've got Britt Smith here as well, who is going to give you kind of a real kind of in-depth in working closely with Gail, which is going to be very exciting a little bit later on. But, the investment we do as a brand into the PR, the press, the promotion, the innovation, the technology, making sure that Color Wow, when you do invest your time out there in the field, which we appreciate, we make sure that it is not only the easiest line to get into a salon nowadays, because everybody has heard about it, they're excited about it, but really the easiest line to sell off the shelf as well. So we always like to say we've kind of done the heavy lifting. So just get it on the shelf and let us kind of do the rest. So I'm just going to show you a few little kind of things about, Color Wow here that you'll kind of see. So, this is really based upon the innovation, the work that goes on in this laboratory here with Joe and his team day in, day out, really trying to crack the code of the next incredible formula, the next game changer for our industry. And that has led us to win over 120 major beauty awards. And that's not just one or two SKUs winning all the awards. These are awards across the board for really recognizing that innovation. And 12 awards this year is like absolutely staggering. It's crazy, but very, very exciting at the same time. And, and when it comes to media impressions well, actually, I just wanted to say, first of all, this is what some of the editors are saying about Color Wow. Now, you tell me if you've ever heard a quote as staggering as this. I'm just going to read it for you guys, and you can read it on the screen as well. As a beauty writer, I avoid assigning superlatives to a particular brands in the spirit of open-mindedness. After testing the majority of Color Wow products, however, I simply must make an exception. It may be one of the best hair care lines ever created, particularly in the shine-inducing, frizz-thwarting, and volume-boosting domains. As someone who struggles in each of these realms, I can attest to the product's incomparable effectiveness and always keep my Color Wow collection fully stocked. That is InStyle magazine. That is this year. That quote is absolutely staggering. And again, something that really is a testament to all of our work here at Color Wow. And another quote as well that I wanted to share with you, and this is for Curl Wow. We all know what a storm Curl Wow has been. I was literally just educating on it the other day. People were raving about it. We were shooting videos yesterday. The model could not believe her hair. And when it comes to science-backed, innovative hair care, Color Wow reigns. Again, Harper's Book, staggering quotes, right? Amazing. It really, really is incredible. So just kind of moving on, you know, over 12 billion media impressions to date, over 1.2 billion video views. You know, again, this is the effort and the work and the energy that goes in behind the scenes. I mean, Britt is the top of a huge team, right?
There's a lot of us now. Yeah,
yeah, a lot
really
of the team, the UK, the US, all just really laser focused on making sure that, you know, we're making sure the word is out and everyone's heard about Color Wow. And just continuing, this is like a little mini launch in itself. None of you guys know about this. This is absolutely huge. As a brand, I remember when we just got told about this like a week ago, we were all going crazy. Color Wow is going to be on a billboard in Times Square for a year, okay? It's rotating like with other brands, but we get a lot of time on that billboard. So this is going to be incredible. And part of this launch is going to be up on that billboard as well, which is something we're unbelievably excited about. This is something you'd be shouting from the rooftop. So we're super pumped about this. Dreamco, as you know, the OG Dreamco is now 80,000 five-star reviews. It's selling one every 5 seconds. Again, a testament to Joe, you know, and his incredible work here in the Color Wow lab, really cracking the code and bringing you the next big thing. You guys know about Money Mist. You probably hate me for talking about Money Mist because I know you cannot keep it on like in stock. It keeps selling out. But again, this was our launch. We sold out in 2 weeks. It has taken the world by storm. It makes everybody's hair better. Everyone is raving about it, going crazy about it. And just a very, very, very exciting product. But just wait. So moving on now, we're getting to the launch. But you guys know, as well as all the innovation, as well as all the technology that we offer for you, and the press and the PR and the promotion and the Chris Appleton and everything we do, you know, there is Gail at the helm. And Gail with this just unbelievable focus, we call it like a laser focus on bringing you the next big product, you know, raising the bar, leveling up, giving stylists something that they've never had the experience to use before. And that is why it's so exciting to have Britt here today, because Britt, having obviously worked with Gail for her whole life, really understands the behind the scenes more than anybody. And it is so exciting to let Britt just talk a little bit about her journey, her story, and lead us into this very exciting launch. So thank you for being here, Britt.
Yeah. Well, yeah, speaking of behind the scenes, that's really where she does like to stay. Unfortunately, we'd like her to be more out in the front, but she's back here in the lab with Joe mostly. But yeah, it's just nice to be able to be here to talk a little bit more about her and where she comes from and what drives her. And really what that is making a difference in this industry for women, solving problems that haven't been solved, or leveling up, you know, products that have been made that maybe she feels could be made better. And I think that is really what drives her every single day. I mean, I was at her house yesterday. She's working till 11 o'clock at night. That's just what she loves, you know, it really is. And it's to make a difference for women because, you know, it may just be a hair product, but it does really impact our confidence, you know? And so it means everything to her to hear stories that people are impacted by the products that have been made. And just to kind of give a little bit of a backstory on how things are made here, we are all testers. Every one of us here, including my mom. She basically always has a hat on because she's testing one product or another, and they can take years before they're approved because she has such a high standard of everything. And just to give an example of our extra large bombshell volumizer, which I'm sure all of you guys know, That product was actually made because of me and my use of a salt spray that was giving me volume. It was a volumizer with a ton of salt in it. And I came into the room and she said, "What on earth is in your hair? It looks so dry. What are you using?" And I said, "I don't know. We don't have anything for this at this time." And I said, "And my hair is so flat, but I want volume." And it occurred to her that maybe there's a way to make a volumizer that's not damaging like this, especially for color treated hair. So of course she goes to Dr. Joe. They put their heads together, and 2 years later came up with extra large bombshell volumizer, which is actually also strengthening. So it's always, even if there's something out there, can we make it better? Or in the case of our latest product, same thing, really. Can we level it up, or is there a white space there that is a problem? I mean, she started with frizzies. There was no frizz product on the market before that, and she had frizzy hair herself. It's really just, what can we help fix? That's what drives her every day. And so I think really now go ahead.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, it was interesting earlier, you were talking about like the family.
Oh, sorry.
Such a big family. And then really digging down on Gail's, that dedication and that focus, which I think people, don't see, but you see it, and maybe we take it for granted.
Oh yeah. I mean, my twin sister is at the company now, aunts, uncles, cousins, literally it's 24/7 Color Wow hair products for all of us every minute of the day. It's such a passion for her and for all of us. And I think it might be just an interesting thing. I do our lives on TikTok now, and it's really impactful for people to know that actually this company is a family run company. And it's something that we just are all so 24/7 dedicated to, led by my mom.
And it's her dedication to innovation, right?
Right. Yeah. It's never a me too. She's like, "I never want to be a me too person with the me too products." If it's there and it's good, she's not going to do it. It's really, can we do it better? Or is there nothing that solves this problem? Then let's find a way to solve it. I mean, with Dream Coat, I know that took, what was it, 20 years, right?
Well, the idea was 20 years.
Yeah. And the technology only came, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And you had to wait for the technology to catch up with the solving of that idea.
Right.
And we did it.
Wow, this has probably been the longest lead into a launch ever. And it's my own fault. I love this, but go for it.
No,
Come on, put them out of their misery.
I'm so excited to be here to reveal our latest product, which has made a huge difference for me at a critical time in my life, which I'll talk about later. I'm going to hand it over to Joe to explain the science behind it. But this right here is our Youth Juice Collagen Serum.
It is a scalp serum.
Scalp serum. Yep. Sorry, I don't know what I'm saying.
No, it is changing the game. Yeah, the results have been phenomenal.
And yeah, me included, but we'll let Joe take it away over here.
Okay,
Come on,
great.
Joe.
There's a lot of technology here, so I tried to make it as simple as possible so you could go out and sell this to your customers. But at Color Wow, our goal. Our goal is to help women, and in certain cases men too, of course, to have the healthiest, glossiest looking hair possible. And in order to do that, to have that quality hair, we found out years ago that you need to have a healthy scalp, because healthy scalp produces healthy hair. And goes back to our shampoo launch, which is almost like 12 years ago. We launched our Color Security shampoo, and it's a sulfate-free, gentle cleansing, cleanses your hair, cleanses your scalp, but it has no ingredients that stay behind on either the hair or the scalp. Because you have to remember, a shampoo is the only product in your lineup that you use every wash day that actually you massage into your scalp. And most other shampoos out there contain things like thickening polymers. They contain silicones to defrizz your hair. They contain all types of products that are engineered to stay behind on not only your hair, but they stay behind on your scalp because you're rubbing that shampoo into your scalp. And it's essential to keep those engineered ingredients out, so we don't have any ingredients. And we actually did clinical testing on this that is left behind in our shampoo. And it's critical because what we found out was that these ingredients, the silicones, the thickening agents, the pearlizing agents, all these conditioning agents that they're putting in shampoos nowadays actually are blocking the hair follicles. And when they block the hair follicles, they cause inflammation. When they cause inflammation, they cause shedding and hair loss. So our color security shampoo basically is the cornerstone. It's the holy grail of our Color Wow line, because the job of the shampoo is the critical first step in healthy scalp. Now, here's where we go into our new product. 3 years in development, we added this new product now that actually improves your scalp health. And it's called Youth Juice Collagen Scalp Serum. And Youth Juice is actually key to healthy hair by protecting the scalp collagen. So it's a different approach than any other scalp serum or hair growth type product that's out there on the market now, because basically what we do is we treating the scalp, because we found out that the scalp is so important in producing healthy, shiny, glossy, thick, full hair. So healthy scalp collagen is critical to keeping the skin youthful. And the key to that is that it produces healthy hair. So it's still that same kind of philosophy, healthy scalp, healthy hair. But now we added something in between. If we can improve the collagen in your scalp, we can improve your hair. We can make it thicker, fuller, less shedding, less hair loss. So unfortunately, your scalp skin, even on your face too, contains this, not unfortunately, but your scalp skin contains collagen. 70% of the scalp skin, just as in your face, contains collagen. And because of enzymatic degradation, free radical degradation, that skin on your scalp and on your face actually becomes less firm. It loses elasticity. We're all familiar with that. We have all heard that, in relation to our face. But have we heard that the same thing is happening on your scalp? And because of that, it affects the hair follicles. The hair follicles are what produce the hair. So as the collagen that surrounds the hair follicle degrades, the hair that's produced in that follicle becomes stiff and brittle. The follicle doesn't expand, so the hair as it's forming becomes finer and weaker, and it leads to premature hair loss and shedding. So what we did was we developed this product, Youth Juice, and we decided, let's do some real clinical studies with an outside laboratory. And the first study we did was we took Youth Juice and they applied it to human skin cells. And what we found was a significant increase in collagen production. Collagen 1 production was up 90%. Collagen 4 production up 67%. Elastin production, which is another key protein in the skin, up 67% in just 24 hours after using just like 0.3% of Youth Juice on the skin cells. So basically, Youth Juice stimulates collagen synthesis in your skin. Youth Juice also was tested for anti-inflammatory effects. And basically what they did is they took hair follicle cells and they basically irritated them, applied the Youth Juice, and just 24 hours later, irritation was down by 92%. So now Youth Juice basically is an anti-inflammatory, anti-irritant, because I told you before, if you irritate the scalp, if you irritate the hair follicle, it's going to affect the production of the hair. Then we actually even did a third test. We did an anti-stress test because lots of people hear about, well, you know, when you're under stress, you lose hair. And it's a fact, you do, because your body produces cortisol. Cortisol is a stress hormone. And when that hormone is produced in your body because you're under stress or you have a traumatic situation, your hair actually stops growing and the hair follicle begins to shrink and the hair sheds. And that's why it could happen a month after the stress. It could happen a week after the stress. So what they did was they basically added cortisol to human hair follicle cells. And with the cells under stress, applied the youth juice, and basically the effect of the cortisol was reduced. The damaging effect of the cortisol was reduced by 34%. So what is youth juice? Like I've talked about how youth juice affects the collagen. It improves it, it stimulates, it renews it, it protects it. But what is it? Well, it's a combination of lots of active ingredients that not just target one thing or two aspects of hair loss or hair shedding, but it goes after all the aspects. And it's especially focused on that collagen that surrounds each of the hair follicles on your head. You got about 100,000 hair follicles on your head. So it surrounds each hair follicle that may be in distress. So youth juice not only can, protects the collagen, but it also has DHT blockers. Remember, DHT is that thing that basically destroys the hair follicles in men and in women. It has saw palmetto in it. It has a material that's a complex called crocopil that you've probably heard of. Crocopil has been used for years and it's a proven, DHT blocker, and also it helps anchor the follicle in the hair in the follicle, I should say. It also contains vasodilators in youth juice, things like arginine, niacinamide, caffeine. These increase microcirculation to the hair follicle to improve the nutrition, because the more blood you get into the hair follicle, the growth cycle will be long and the hair will be thicker and fuller. But we also included two things that aren't in any other scalp product that's on the market now. And they're the most powerful natural antioxidants that basically are available today. And that one is called pycnogenol, which is derived from maritime pine bark in southwest France. The other one is called amla extract, which is basically derived from Indian gooseberry. And it's an Ayurvedic medicine, and it's been used for thousands of years in India, and it's a cure-all. So these two ingredients, besides the DHT blockers, besides the vasodilators, besides the moisturizing agents that we have, they're all together in youth juice to give you the total what I would say total cure for thinning hair loss, and also hair that's been damaged by environmental or internal types of conditions that you may have. So therefore, we did a 30-panel shedding test where we took 30 subjects, men and women, and we had them use youth juice for 28 days, all right? And we measured hair shedding on day 0, before they started, and day 28. And we got up to 90% less shedding on our subjects in 28 days. And Britt's going to give you a little example of that, because she was one of our internal testers, that, tried youth juice once we feel that we had the final formula. But like I said before, the studies have made us confident that youth juice preserves the youthfulness, preserve the elasticity, to get the healthy quality of the collagen surrounding the hair follicle. And this in turn will minimize the thinning of your hair, the loss of hair, and it will produce thicker, fuller hair. So basically, healthy scalp, healthy collagen, produces healthy follicles, which produce healthy, glorious, healthful, whatever, glossy hair. So I'm going to turn it over to Britt now, and she's going to tell her experience with youth juice.
Not much science going on there.
Oh my God.
Jeez.
That was a mouthful.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. I'm sorry, but you have
It's
to, it's a
fascinating.
scientific product.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
I can't not, I can't cheat you on the technology.
Yeah.
Well, I guess in any industry, without innovation, without science, no one's leveling up.
Right.
And that's what we do at Well. That's why every product is a slam dunk.
Yeah.
Because we're bringing this brand new innovation to the industry, something you've never seen before.
Right.
And that, guys, you're going to have so much fun with this. But yeah, let's hear your testimonial.
Well, it could
It's
not have
fascinating.
come at a better time for me, this product, because I have 2 kids under 2, and a baby right now. And especially with this last pregnancy and this baby, I was losing so much hair. It didn't happen quite as much with the first baby, but with this one, I really thought if it continues like this, I'm going to be bald, really. Like so much hair was coming out into my hands in clumps. It was wrapping around my brush. I was putting it on the wall of my shower just to see. And it was like it was a disturbing sight, but I was like torturing myself thinking like, what is happening here? And it just happened to be, thankfully, that the final formula of Youth Juice was made right around this time. And I started using it, and I was almost like thinking, could anything help this at this point? Because it was I thought it was like, this is like a medical, like emergency, basically, And I promise you that I was blown away, truly blown away, that in less than the 28 days for me, I noticed a dramatic difference in the shedding, like completely normal shedding in that period of time. So, this is my own personal experience. We also have the clinical studies, which we can show you here. But just an amazing kind of thing for me. Once again, they've come through. I had the issue with my volume and the dryness. And now, after having the baby, this has helped me tremendously. So we'll just, some of these clinical studies are incredible. As Dr. Joe said, 90% reduction in shedding. And this is an outside laboratory study. You can see day 1 there versus day 40. Unbelievable difference there.
Right?
Yeah, unbelievable. We can go to the next one. Yeah, so this also within this 28-day trial, clinically proven that the scalp feels 90% healthier. Hair feels more resilient, 90% people said. 87% said their hair felt stronger. 80% hair felt thicker. 87% were losing less hair. Scalp was less irritated by 87% of people. 93% felt that their scalp was more hydrated. 97% easy to apply, and 87% would continue using it. Really, really great numbers there. And yeah, I mean, just the picture says it all here. Day 1 versus day 96. It's unbelievable,
Wild.
the difference there. And even for me now, it's been a few months and I have tons of little hairs. I've actually filmed a video of myself, but tons of hair growing in around here again. It's just, yeah, I mean, that picture speaks volumes.
Do you want to talk a little bit about usage, Britt, how you use it?
Oh, yeah. So, I mean,
it can be on wet and dry hair, but just how you do it yourself.
That's another thing, actually, speaking of wet and dry, I really love that I use this every single day, and I don't like to wash my hair every day. And you can apply this. I apply it to my parts. Like I do it on a few parts just because I was losing so much. And then all around my hairline, because that was also an area where I was losing, just anywhere targeted to the areas where you're noticing more, hair loss or irritation. But along the part in the hairline, I would say definitely is like the staple area. And you just sort of, you take the dropper, dab it, like this, and then you just sort of rub it in. And it's not going to make your hair greasy, which is an amazing thing, I think. And I think one of the things that we're hearing in reviews coming back that they love, that it's not sticky, it's not going to make your hair greasy. Like I said, you can use it every day and not have to worry about washing your hair after. Actually, Emily, who's behind the scenes here, and we use it at night. and then wake up in the morning and can go to work. We don't have to rewash our hair.
I do it in the morning.
You do
So
it
I
in the
like
morning.
wash my
Okay.
hair or
Yeah.
rinse it through, and then
Yeah.
I just put it on every
Yeah.
day. And those of you guys that have known me for a few years, look at the transformation. I mean,
Yeah. And it's
but no,
also-
it's
yeah.
incredible for me.
Yeah.
It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
The quality of my hair and like the strength, I
Yeah.
love it.
And just also from like the social media side of things, I don't know what it is, if it's COVID or whatever, but it does seem like hair loss and hair shedding is much more of an issue than it ever was. And just to know that, you know, we can help. And I don't think people realize you have so many people out there that know that collagen is important to, you know, be using anti-aging products on your face. But I really don't think that people realize that your scalp is aging 6 times faster. And the implication of that, having your hair follicles shrink or become rigid, that was the kind of the fact that to me was so interesting, that they become rigid and then your hair can't latch on. The follicle can't latch on to the hair, right? And so
Right.
it's falling out.
And like I say,
Yeah.
no one is addressing that in the market today,
Yeah.
that you have to keep, they're always addressing the hair. They're not understanding that the follicle, which holds the hair, is made up of collagen, basically. And if that collagen degrades, it actually signals the hair to go into remission and be lost. And so by, just like you do for your face, like you just said,
Yeah.
you want to increase, you know, the firmness of your face, the elasticity of your face, the same thing you want to do up here, because that has a secondary effect on the collagen. The collagen has an effect on the actual production of the hair, and it signals the hair. When it degrades, it signals the hair to degrade.
Right.
It's a
Crazy
natural
science.
age.
Yeah. Another scientific
Yeah.
breakthrough thing
Yeah.
on you.
And like, have you heard that from any other company?
Right.
No.
Right.
Because there's, oh yeah, DHT inhibitors, yeah, vasodilators, and they stop there. They're not addressing one of the main problems with aging and collagen degradation and hair loss.
Yeah.
And hair thinning. Even if you just, because we all know, as even myself, I know my hair is thinner now at my age now than it was 20, 30 years ago, because it's a natural process. So what we're trying to do is get that back to 20, 30-year-old hair versus 69-year-old hair.
Love it.
Yeah.
And do you want to just show the box, Britt, because it is
Yeah,
beautiful as well. It's
beautiful
going to come in a stunning box. This is going to look incredible on shelf for you guys as well, like with all the information. I'm sure you've got a lot of questions as well, but we'll get to that. And we have a lot of Q&A for you that you can read, you know, so I think that's going to be a simpler way to do it. So, and we have just one last thing. Let's play that very last slide. We're going to just show you one last slide because we've got one more exciting thing to show you guys that we just launched, and we want to make sure you are embracing. So Emily is just going to share that slide for you. So we now have a Curl Wow Hair Instagram as well. So you can check us out on Curl Wow Hair. What's your Instagram, Britt? Do you want to share?
The real Britt Smith.
At the real Britt Smith, the real.
Yeah.
Okay, and obviously myself, and we will continue to do posting our videos and really kind of keeping you up to date. But look, we really appreciate your time, taking the time out of your Friday to come and hang with us. Hopefully learn a bit more about this product. It's going to be a major slam dunk. The technology is absolutely insane, as you've heard today. The results are absolutely insane. We're all seeing it here in the office. So I think you guys are going to love it, and we're very excited. And thank you to our panel.
Thank you. So happy to be here.
Great being here.
We appreciate it. So thank you so much. Appreciate it.